album concept hour. The album concept hour. It's the album concept hour.
Welcome everybody to the album concept hour. If you're wondering where that theme song comes from, you've come to the right episode of this podcast because we are finally doing a deep dive into
The theme song.
The theme song of the podcast. Yep. We are finally diving into Polygondwanaland once again. We have discussed it on our, I think, our very first bonus episode. We released our Polygondwanaland recording, which was technically our first recording, right? Like that was before we recorded an episode, I think. So technically that's like the first time we're getting on the mic and kind of like, you know, getting our gears with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't, and then I released it later as an episode.
It wasn't like this. No, because we sat around and we just listened to like what you wanted to do for like themes. You're playing us, and you're like,
because I was like, I also wanted to test the mics and stuff, so I was like, let's. So technically, that was our one of our first recordings,
episode 0.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But we didn't get into any of the concepts of it. We didn't get any of the lyrics. You know, like we normally break down an album. That was one of the few episodes we didn't break it down, and it's such an important concept album, especially if you're a King Gizzard fan. We're gonna get into it, but before we get into that stuff, we got to find out what we've been listening to. For me, it's all King Gizzard right now because I dove deep on this one, and I've been listening to just anything remotely related to the Gizzverse, including Murder of the Universe, Nonagon Infinity. Everything. Literally a little bit from like the whole discography, honestly. So yeah, I'm back in King Gizzard mode, guys, and I have not been paying attention to the Music League. I am behind. So next week I'll probably know more about that. I think Dave is also a little bit behind.
I'm behind.
But what about you, Dave? What have you been jamming on besides that?
So of course, Cake and Beastie Boys have made a return this last week or so.
What?
Cake and Beastie Boys have been listened to.
No. Oh, sorry. I thought for a second you said that they like made a thing, like a comeback or something.
They're going to do a tour.
Did. And then
both of them had dev members, so like would be really not cool.
It'd be really tough.
Yeah. Anyway, what?
And then I had a list of some jazz funk albums I went through and listened to a bunch. So Places and Spaces by Donnie Byrd, Thrust by Herbie Hancock,
okay,
Burning Waves by Toshiyuki Honda, The Funky Hide of Sings, Billy Corbin, and then Free Ride by Dizzy Gillespie and Leo Schaffin, I think.
Okay.
So I've just been into weird jazz
legends.
funk.
Yeah. You've been in a jazz funk?
I have.
I've been in a bit of a funk lately.
A jazz
what
funk.
kind of funk? A jazz funk.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. What about you, John? What you been jamming on? Anything particular recently?
I've been listening to a little bit of this new girl. Her name's Olivia Dean.
Olivia Dean.
She's like a British artist. She's got some pretty good like bluesy style.
Is that the one you and Stephanie are listening to a little bit?
No, that was
something Hargrove, right?
That country singer.
Yeah.
Same trailer, different.
Okay. Sorry, different.
No, that was a different. This one I've been listening to in my own time.
Nice.
I don't know, she's just got some real groovy songs. So.
I like groovy. Yeah.
And watch the season finale of The Boys. It's great.
It was fun.
And
I enjoyed
looking forward to finishing out this season of From.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of a slept-on show, and it's pretty great.
Yeah, everyone's been telling me to watch From, and I know that I'll love it. So I always do this with shows that I know I'll love. I keep them at a distance for a while until I'm like ready to just open the floodgates.
They just burn through every season.
Thing.
Yeah. That's what we've been jamming on lately, guys. But I need to do some table dressing before we even get into this album. You know what I mean? This is first we got to talk about I just want to talk about the concept of the release of this album in general that has nothing to do with the story beats before we get onto those. But So if you've ever wondered why our theme song has stuff from this album and our outro theme has stuff from this album, it's because of the way that King Gizzard released this album. When they released 5 albums that year, this one they released to the public to use as they wish. And especially encouraging people to use it to start up record labels or printing vinyls. You know what I mean? Like they wanted people to be able to start their own vinyl store from this album that they would not take any, profit from. So there are, plenty of places that took advantage of that. And when I heard about it, my idea was like, oh, I want to do podcasting. I'm going to use bits of this album for my podcasting. Now, I will say King Gizzard has become very, very popular, and it does feel, even to me, it still feels a little odd that we're still using King Gizzard and stuff. But I think that, the reason I keep it is because the concept of what they did, they put it out for you to use as you wish. And this is how I wanted to use it. So if you've ever listened to the theme song, and you're like, it's kind of corny that you're using King Gizzard, not doing your own theme song. This is why, this is how I want to
use their free stuff.
And I think that I used it in a cool way. So stop hating on me, guys. No one's hating on me about this. But that's the whole idea. The release of this was very, very cool. You get the masters, you get like even the CD booklets with like that you actually need to send to the printers if you want to make a CD version of it. So there's a lot of different pressings of this, every different kind of pressing you could think of because of that. And that's actually, I think, how they do their demos too. All the demos they release, I believe, are under the same kind of free kind of game. There's like a lot of different printings of those. So yeah, they almost, I mean, obviously not single-handedly, but they definitely had a huge impact on the vinyl market in general because they have their own vinyl operation that they operate and everything. And they just want everyone to be freed of the capitalist machine, if that's even possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's table dressing. Table dressing done. Now let's get into this concept, guys. So this album came out in 2017, the first year of King Gizzard, where they had 5 albums. I think it was the 4th of 5, I want to say. And it deeply connects to all the other albums that it was released around. You know what I mean? This is connected to Murder of the Universe, which we've covered. It's connected to Quarters. It's connected to Nonagon Infinity. It's connected to Flying Microtonal Banana. I know we've covered all of these, by the way. We have covered all of these. I see your faces. You're like, what are you talking about? But
I recognize. I promise
that's
a
real
names.
thing.
I know.
I remember them all. Just the names of some of those were killing me.
So we have
banana one.
We have pretty much covered all of the. I don't think we actually have covered Nonagon Infinity yet. I don't think that's on. We've done that yet, but that's probably one of the anniversaries. But we've covered a lot of them. We've covered a lot of what goes into the story of this album. And what I realized doing research this time, my twist on the Gizzverse is I think that it has a lot to do with time travel and multiverse stuff rather than being like kind of a one singular timeline. You know what I mean? And I will explain that as we go. I think without further ado, here's the first track. And the first track is also chronologically at the end, because basically the crumbling castle is like a citadel at the end of time type of situation.
Think Loki, guys. Think
Loki. Yeah, Loki's the best recent example of that. And the show Dark. Those are going to be 2 helpful shows to understand what's going on. Here's Crumbling Castle. Oh. There are several pieces of the song on this clip.
Good.
I didn't set it up, but I set it up just now. Makes me want to drink. Yeah, he got real thirsty at the end of that clip, you know? Yeah. But yeah, so that's another thing. We used that bit for What Is Dave Drinking? It's the bits of this album are all over our stuff on Flyover State Park.
Just sprinkled
throughout. Polygondwanaland, you know?
The oddest samples you'll ever hear.
Yes. So this was you guys' first time hearing it all the way through. Like, because when we first did this, I just presented to you small clips of this album, and you were equally confused, I think.
Still am.
I mean, I don't give us as much credit back then. We were novices.
That's true.
That was the first thing we ever did.
Yeah.
Taking it back real long time.
I guess this is a thing. Yeah, no, I remember that was one of my favorite recordings too, because I was very well aware that out of context it was very strange. But yeah, so Crumbling Castle is kind of, first of all, an allegory for the earth kind of dying and getting worse and worse, climate catastrophe stuff, as all of their stuff is kind of loosely about. There's two characters. There's the traveler, the seeker, as some people call him, and what I believe to be a version of Han Tyumi, who is there's an anagram. It's an anagram for humanity. If you rearrange the letters, it's humanity. And he was the main character in Murder of the Universe. He's the guy that murdered the universe, right? But I believe at the beginning we have a version of him, maybe not the same version that murdered the universe, but a version of him. And they're kind of dwelling on what's going on in the world, how the world's crumbling around them. And he's asking if they're safe in their citadel, inching closer each century to the crumbling. And
real Council of Kangs kind of situation.
Yeah, shit's falling apart.
The multiverse is crumbling.
The multiverse is crumbling. There's some allegations
the
against.
Castles are crumbling.
There's some allegations that have been set forth against the villain of the series, and we have to go back to the drawing board. Let's see. There's the sound of constant lightning, which will be relevant in a minute. They're just kind of dwelling on the end of the world, which often happens in King Gizzard. But they go on an adventure. to Polygondwanaland, and in my opinion, an adventure through time. So here's a bit of Polygondwanaland. Polygondwanaland. That's a word.
Well, it has to be a word. It's the name of a song.
Yeah, it is now. By the way, the
it's
poly part,
place.
the poly part of Polygondwanaland is about the polyrhythms throughout the album. A lot of their albums do have like the title does have a loose reference to the music stuff going on. So they added that to Gondwanaland, and do you know what that is, guys? That is another term for like Pangea. You remember where all the continents are together?
Yeah.
So that's part of also why I believe it's a time travel situation. They're going back to when the continents were together.
Unity.
Some people think that they're just going to a different like part of the world or something, or they found a lost distant land. I think they're going back in time to try and prevent the murder of the universe, potentially.
By bringing the murderer back.
Yeah, it's a complicated plan that doesn't necessarily pan out in this album.
Yeah.
But I think it does pan out in other parts of the Gizzverse. Yeah. You know what?
You live and you learn.
This might be This might be a good time to bust out my noteboard here. So we're gonna be referencing this a lot. So let's just get
comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I will say, King Giz is really good at using as many instruments and as many time signatures as they possibly can.
Dude, yes. Especially like this was their album where they first like really showed what they were capable of. You know what I mean? This is before Infest the Rat's Nest, which I think is the next time they kind of show people what they're capable of. But like this is like they've been kind of building towards this level of musicianship for a while, and finally I think pull it off like better than they ever have before. What was I doing? Oh yeah, yes, the poster board here. So I was just talking about how they traveled back in time to Polygondwanaland.
Vote for King Gizzard. Oh wait, never mind.
So here's a little bit of something that we can use to kind of understand what's going on in the universe.
At some point, like maybe a screen capture, and we'll put it up.
Yeah. We'll put it up in the short or whatever this ends up being. So I have here's at the bottom we have timelines / canon events. All right, guys. So I was just talking about Crumbling Castle.
Yes.
Now, after Crumbling Castle is the murder of the universe.
Got it.
You don't want that.
No, bad.
We don't want murder of the universe. We want the universe to be alive. So, Crumbling Castle, the murder of the universe already kind of started. So they go back in time to Polygondwanaland.
Yeah.
Using the river. The river, right, guys? You know where the river is from?
Oh yeah,
Styx.
The river is from the album Quarters, which infamously got one for our ranking. So basically, so this is where we start. We go back in time to Polygondwanaland. So we both start and kind of end in Polygondwanaland, and
it's a circle of life.
We go to the river,
some shit up in Polygondwanaland,
and then what was it? Is that actually the next track? Oh yeah, we get to Castle in the Air. Let's just, I'll just play that clip while we're doing.
I feel like there are some albums we need like this a lot.
I should do this for more. You're right, actually. I agree. This would really be helpful. Maybe I should utilize those boards I have. Those
dry erase
boards. Yeah.
See, this is when the doctor realized he made a mistake, so he had to go back.
Yeah. So
why aren't you doing this like live with the
Dr. Feelgood?
we need like a camera right there so that we can just show it. Basically though, a lot of what we're going to be paying attention to happens on this top line here. This is the darkest timeline.
Oh,
and that's kind of
our timeline now.
That's kind of I would argue actually the middle timeline's our timeline.
Okay.
Yeah, Murder of the Universe is dark, is the darkest, I think. Infest the Rat's Nest and Petrodragonic Apocalypse, I think, is the end of the world that we're heading towards.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
I like rats and dragons.
Yeah. Rats and dragons are pretty tight. I prefer them to robots and cyborgs.
They're the mutated rats. Maybe some of them can beat the machines.
Maybe, yeah.
Either that or the
Rats
machines.
versus machines.
They do come from hell, I believe. the rats and that.
Oh, that's good.
I thought that's where they
They'll be
normally
able to
come
fight
from.
the machines. Then.
So we're so far we're right here in our journey, right here, as far as the album goes. So let's play the track that's happening right there.
Let's get into it.
This is The Castle in the Sky. The Castle in the Sky.
Oh.
Let me get those lyrics up. Oh, Castle in the Air. I labeled that wrong. Castle in the Air.
You got that on the poster board though.
Yeah. Yep, Castle. Yep, I got it right.
Different universes, different interpretations.
Yeah. So
same meaning.
Basically the Castle in the Air during Polygondwanaland, they are traveling down the river.
Okay.
You see a lot in the river music video. You can see some of the stuff.
Bruce Springsteen's there
from Polygondwanaland. And then the Castle in the Air, basically, it's kind of weird. This is a part where like the kind of there's okay
mythological aspect.
So there's a few points in the story where like the character just kind of either like just changes to a different scenario or dreams into a different place, basically. So like they're going on this boat down the river of time, but then when they get to the end of that river, they're back at their citadel. So like somehow they transition from the boat to the citadel. I don't know exactly how that happens, but the citadel is still with them. Because that's the Castle in the Air they're referring to right here. And while they're in the past though, they're seeing all sorts of like weird creatures. There's like creatures with one eyes. There's like creatures with their faces like on their chest, and some of them sustain off of just smell. Let's see. Hold on, I think I have the name of them here. Monopods and astomi are what they're called. And they're like basically mythological creatures from like Polygondwanaland, or like if you've ever played Chrono Trigger.
Yep.
It's like the earliest timeline where like there's cavemen and dinosaurs together. It's basically that, because this is the part where they do mention like the dinosaurs being there and be worried, don't.
I hope there's a couple of hodags.
A couple of what?
Hodags.
Hodags? Was that a creature in that?
That's a mythological creature from like northern Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. That's one of our. That's like our.
It's Rhinelander.
Our Jersey guy.
Yep.
Yeah. We've got some
stuff
going on in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Come on, Giz.
Mostly serial killers, but I prefer that kind of thing.
I mean, Giz can make a song about hodags and serial killers, I'm sure.
I would appreciate that, frankly. I think that'd be nice. But yeah, so they're in this. My opinion is the reason that they're going back to this time period is they want to set things right. They want to prevent the murder of the universe happening, and they go all the way back.
Best way to make sure you get the whole thing.
Yeah. But they do kind of like skip forward at some point in the story, because like first of all, the Castle in the Air and Desert Dunes are pretty much the same scenario, where they're meeting all of these indigenous peoples, but there is a twinge of like wanting to colonize them or wanting to show them the right way of things. So you can tell that there's like there's some maybe ill will from the main characters, but they're still mostly good and still hanging out together. So Han Tyumi and right, here we go. The Seeker and Han Tyumi, right? I got circle dot for the Seeker.
Got it.
That's our main character who's not Han Tyumi yet. He will become Han Tyumi.
He's the Tim Taylor to the original Santa Claus kind of thing. I got it.
Yeah. I think that's right.
He's the apprentice. Here we go.
He's the apprentice.
He's the apprentice.
And then Han Tyumi is still with him.
Tyumi.
He's still with him in these songs, but then once we get to the Horology trilogy, they split up. Like at some point, Han Tyumi goes his own way, and the Seeker is left alone on the shore. And when he gets to this shore, he doesn't find any life or any creatures, but he finds the castle, the crumbling castle, but like, an earlier time.
Hasn't quite crumbled yet?
Yeah. It's still
a castle.
It's still a castle. Yeah. So let me see it. Oh yeah. We still have one more track here. Here's first of all, I wanted to get one transition at least, because there's a lot of like really great transitions throughout the album.
Transition.
Yeah, it's one of those albums you kind of talked about. It doesn't stop. It really just kind of.
It sounds like one track.
It is kind of yeah. You can definitely like listen to it like it is one track, because first of all, you can't really count it unless you're some kind of drummer genius.
But math wizard.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's. So I wanted to basically show one of the transitions. So here's between track 3 and 4. It's the album concept hour. It's the album concept hour.
It's the album concept hour.
Welcome everybody to the album concept hour. My name is Brad. We have John here. What's going on?
Yeah, we're just chilling.
Hey, I'm Dave.
And we got Dave. I just realized I didn't actually introduce our names at the beginning, so it's good that I did that.
You can do that whenever. It's just a different timeline.
Yeah, we're dealing with timelines. We're dealing with all sorts of
ourselves.
Yeah. So I think that it's fine. I will say, okay. So I do think that. Desert Dunes. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, hold on. We got to play Desert Dunes. Here's another part of Desert Dunes. Welcome, Weary Feet. Hell yeah. This is maybe one of my favorite tracks, as you can tell by how I chose it for the theme song. So this is a part where they diverge, right? So I think this is where Han Tyumi becomes an alternate version of Han Tyumi. So here we go. We follow him this way, and he goes over here, and I believe the Altered Beast, Alter Me stuff, that's alternate Han Tyumi turning in, like getting the fourth color, basically. The fourth color.
Beast mode.
He's going beast mode. He's getting the fourth color. The fourth color, I guess, is the key to the power of Han Tyumi, weirdly, at least according to this album. Because you can see both ultraviolet light and you can see time. So I think it's like the key to the time travel. But yeah, so he goes off, and the events of Altered Beast happen, which I believe refer to him. And then he actually, in my timeline here, he comes back as the villain in the Horology trilogy. So I think that alternate Han Tyumi, basically, he got the abilities of the fourth color, but not through cyborg enhancements or moving his body into a robot. He got
that comes later.
That comes later. Yeah. You're understanding, Dave.
I'm trying to follow the chart.
So okay, Horology trilogy.
Confusing.
Well, now we're about to get into the horology trilogy, so I'll explain what's going on here. This is basically a like mini story here where the traveler, having come to the shore and found the castle put back together, remembers actually a past like event in his life, and he kind of just becomes that character in the flashback, if that makes sense. Like he
has a memory that wasn't his.
He finds the castle, then he has a memory, but instead of it actually being a memory, I think he like just he becomes he like enters the memory, and that becomes his like present. Is that
no? I'm just trying to figure out where everyone is at currently.
That's why I'm wearing the tinfoil hat. So currently, so they split.
Yeah, they just
during
split.
Desert Dunes. They split.
Okay, the Seekers
Alt Tyumi went and had his own adventure on Murder of the Universe from the Altered Beast stuff.
Yes,
and then he comes back. So the Altered Beast stuff is from an earlier time period, even in Murder of the Universe. So it makes sense chronologically. And then he comes back. He is now the ruler, this kind of despot ruler that this group of people are trying to cause an insurrection against him.
And the Seekers caught up, and they're now both in the same...
Yeah. They're now both in the same area, but
does
now...
the Seeker recognize this altered?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So they don't know who each other are yet.
No. He's just a despot that the Seeker is trying to topple. Basically, he had this he remembered this past life, and then he entered that past life. Kind of like
Avatar stuff. There we go.
Yeah, or Holy Mountain they drew a lot of inspiration from Holy Mountain, which if you haven't seen, good for you, but it is it's an insane fucking movie.
Good brewery too.
Good brewery. But yeah, it's a Jodorowsky joint. If you know anything about that guy. He was gonna direct Dune, Jodorowsky's Dune. And if you've seen Holy Mountain, you'd understand why that would have been fucking bonkers. But anyway, this isn't a Holy Mountain podcast. If you want that, you're gonna have to
That's
go
a whole
to
other podcast.
I actually did a podcast about Holy Mountain for the best horror pod in Philly. Go check it out. Former guest. Great show.
Plenty of Holy Mountain there.
And a lot of Earwolf folks on that show. He did a good job. But yeah, here's a trilogy of songs that is in this period where it's like it's almost like a medieval setting, you know? So I believe it's like a version of Han Tyumi that's like doing the like power usurping in like a different way and like a less, ultimately destructive way.
Okay.
But here is Inner Cell.
Now, I'm thinking this Han Tyumi is a very much incel. He wants to just destroy the world and just blow up the universe.
Well, I mean, not yet. Not in this point in his career.
He still has some positivity.
I mean, it's just we just know it's coming. You know what I mean? Like his character throughout most of this is like not thinking about destroying the universe, but like
he's thinking what he's doing is good.
He's thinking, well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like by the dark comparison is like I think that he went back in time, or he sent himself back in time to hopefully prevent murder of the universe, but instead he kind of created different calamities that were just,
and by doing so he ended up
becoming the murder of the universe.
Well, like just in a different form, in the form of like
it's a never-ending
Infest the Rat's Nest and Petrodragonic Apocalypse, and other, there's like a black hole situation, but that's just like one song. But yeah, I think that it's like different versions of him trying to supposedly do better, but his older self is always meddling and like subverting it.
Knock it off, you.
For instance, in this story, there let's see, it says, "Look for me with a beak, a cloak adorned, scented leaves, a void between foulest stench of those above, whispering inner cell." But they dress up with like this kind of cloak and beak situation, but they're apparently doing well on their insurrection. But there is a Judas. There is someone that is.
Is he a priest?
I don't know.
Damn it.
I don't. You know what? He might be a priest.
Nice.
Because a lot of these guys seem like either wizard like or priest like. If you remember any of the music videos, there's usually like 7 hooded guys.
Was that just the band?
Believe they're one of the reincarnate, like they're an old incarnation of those guys, because there's like 2 sets of 7 guys. And forget I said that. That's confusing. So
I can't forget it.
Like 2 sets of 7 guys in the band.
Well, no,
never mind.
No, there are 7 guys in the band, but in several storylines, there's like 7 like
cloaked
men that do shit. But yeah, in this instance, one of them is
the 7th seal.
Is a bad guy. Oh yeah, I did want to mention one thing. A meta thing, I guess, is the fact that Stu here. This is Stu.
Looks like he just ate a lemon.
Lead singer. He's always sticking his tongue out, at least in that era. And on the right here, that's Han Tyumi. That's the robot Han Tyumi. Or at least his face. One of my things about the, Murder of the Universe and all the different stuff that he sings about, and like kind of there's like body horror type stuff, is we find out later in the real world, Stu's got Crohn's disease. So he probably deals with a lot of crapping, when he doesn't want to.
This is part of the Gizzverse.
And so my headcanon is that part of the reason he writes about this stuff, as well as the, end of the world, like climate change, catastrophe stuff, is that like, at least with Murder of the Universe, he like put vomit instead of shit or whatever. But it's like, it's kind of him talking about wanting to, get it, have his, escape some of these physical torments. And like, there is a part of the story you couldn't connect to just Stu, just kind of expressing his personal stuff.
That's Brad always reaching for the most.
Yeah, that's why there's a question mark. That's why there's a question mark on the equals. I think Stu is kind of Han Tyumi,
That could be.
Yeah. But yeah, this next track though we got for you is
Did you draw that?
What?
The picture.
No. I got these printed out. But yeah, this is Loyalty. Yeah.
That's heavy on the headphones.
Yeah. Do you know what a Judas cradle is? It's like basically what Dracula would do to people, the guy that Dracula's based on, where he would like impale them and it
Vlad the Impaler.
Slowly.
Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah. He kind of in this part of the story is a bit of a Vlad the Impaler kind of guy.
So it's just kind of decorating the land.
Yeah, he is. It is almost like Victorian, like not Victorian,
like a demonic Martha Stewart.
Yeah, it's like a demonic Martha Stewart.
Look at all my humans on posts.
Yeah.
Brightens
up the place. Yeah.
Gives off real Joffrey.
So
vibes,
this song though in general is about kind of this like, police state he's creating to get rid of the insurrectionists and he's trying to, find out who's loyal to him. And He said he's willing to kill your children to prove he's not a coward. He'll draw and quarter you. He'll put you guys on stakes. He is just not having it.
Stake him up.
Stake him up.
Stake him up.
That's what he was singing to himself. But yeah, he's a bad motherfucker right now. He's not being very nice to anyone.
Oh, come on.
And eventually all of the guys from his crew have been caught, and he goes into prison. He goes into a prison cell, and his eyes are gouged out by this guy. So that's where our character ends in this part of the story.
Oh.
The horology trilogy is not very, very kind to him, and
that why it's called a horology trilogy.
They're hoeing him out.
Horrible.
Yeah. But no, horology though is the study of
time.
Of hold on, what was it again?
I think you said time.
Yeah, study of the passage of time or something. Hold on. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Squeak, no.
Oh yeah, the science of measuring time. So what I think basically it's basically the missing piece from what a lot of people talk about with the Gizzverse. Like usually people don't involve time travel, but I think the fact that they're literally calling a song like the study of the science of time or whatever, it's like, that suggests to me that part of this story had to have time travel involved.
I'm getting just a ton of like Don Darko vibes to this whole thing.
There's definitely, that's definitely another time loop situation.
Yes.
Where there's like multiple options for the outcome, we'll let you know how the trilogy ends though, the horology trilogy. The last track, I think I might have spoiled a little bit of it already, but
I don't think so.
We're going to take a quick break though, because I just realized we were halfway through the album. And when we come back, I'm going to finish my presentation about Polygondwanaland. BRB.
The Album Concept Hour.
Welcome back, y'all. It's the Album Concept Hour, and we are about halfway through Polygondwanaland.
We're just time traveling here.
Gizzard, we're just, just moving through time, normal like.
Just boating down this river of time.
I forgot to play the bit that's I think this is the bit we used for Rolling Stoned, my old improv comedy podcast that was before the Album Concept Hour. But I believe this is the bit we used for that one. Yeah, I had like a whole like kind of Law and Order-y bit over this, I think. I was describing the premise of the podcast. As a sketch works as Uspus, and this is his story or whatever. Yeah.
True facts of the Highway Patrol.
Yeah, you can tell I have not listened to my own that old podcast in a long time. But there's 25 episodes of okay improv. If you guys want to dive into Rolling Stone,
is there any of like really good?
I think the best one is probably the one where I play the ghost of Jack White, but I'm speaking in a Liverpoolian accent.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's a good bit. And also Jack White's not dead. But it's pretty good.
Really, the is you're just in a whole different timeline.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole like the Rolling Stone was a whole like post 9/11 situation, and like they were investigating these stoners that worked at the USPS.
Weren't you paid to be like in that show? Weren't you like? Wasn't your character like paid to work for the government or something? Or
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So a stoner in the truck.
Yes. There was me and my old roommate Luis doing some improv. But there's also a Rolling Stone or a King Gizzard song called Rolling Stoned, which I didn't know when I titled the podcast. But yeah.
Well done.
It was always meant to be. But yeah, here is a bit. Here's the end of the horology trilogy. Horology. So yeah, this song is told from the perspective of Han Tyumi of the future. And you pretty much only know that if you have the comic book. Can you pass me the comic book?
Yes.
But yeah, there's one of the things the comic book does that, made me have to take out a notebook and write some lines is some of the characters, when they speak, like the reason I know that this character is one of the Han Tyumis, or at least a cyborg, is because the font is in like a robotic font. So every time one of the cyborgs is speaking, it's in a robotic font. So yeah, this story is being told in a robotic font, kind of as the past. So yeah, he's describing basically what this overlord has been doing, kind of just a different perspective of what happened in the previous track, pretty much. He's telling the overall story. His eyes were green, a window to the ninth circle of hell, a tiny neck supporting a head filled with an unbending desolation. Yeah, very much conduit of Satan himself.
Yeah.
To Chort, Abaddon, and Set. Very much like very similar to Vlad the Impaler, indoctrinated with impalement
the Impaler.
Here. Yeah. But yeah, the plot was crushed, and they let some roam the deserts without their skin, forever marked.
That sounds painful.
And then so our traveler, the main character whose eyes were gouged out, escapes his prison and kind of wanders the desert looking for for something, and he finds the castle walls. So that's where the previous story. Okay, that's where.
All right,
we're back to the board. So that's where the previous story here. How the seeker went
split
forward
off,
and kind of like his consciousness went to this memory.
Yep.
Basically, now they are both at the same place. They both wound up at the castle, right? They both wound up at the castle. And this is also, again, they have parallel stories. The alternate Han Tyumi also goes to this next trilogy. So after all that horrible shit happens, he goes off. He finds the castle. To his surprise, he finds the same guy, the Vlad the Impaler guy, the guy that caused all that stuff, but like at a future point in his timeline. So here is the beginning of that tetrachromacy.
Been through some shit.
Yeah, he apologizes in the song.
See what I can see.
I like to see a Bill and Ted movie where they go through the Gizzverse collecting all these random people,
God,
and then bring them back for like a concert or something.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Just like even in like an anime or something that like really like tries to make this into like a coherent story.
Man, make it like the Castlevania animated.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be wicked.
There could absolutely be like a video game series would be a good way to go, honestly. But yeah, so he heard this. It starts with, I heard a story could be true about a color under blue. You couldn't see it with your eyes or invent it with intellect. So this is kind of what I was explaining about earlier, the fourth color they're trying to discover, which allows you to see ultraviolet and time. And I think that the fact that you're able to see time or whatever is like maybe the key to the time travel. Maybe that's why they're able to
Is it the time bridge?
Traverse through time
path, time river.
Yeah. So, this guy, the alternate Han Tyumi, has already kind of gained that ability to travel through time. He's gained the ability to see the fourth color, and he's wanting to give that to the Seeker, who is now at the castle with him. But the key there is the reason that I know that that's the same character as the beginning. So remember, we have the regular Han Tyumi that is with him in the beginning of the story, right? And then at Castle in the Air, they diverge. The Han Tyumi becomes this despot, and the other Han Tyumi, I think, just maybe goes to do the murder of the universe stuff. So yeah, Han Tyumi goes here. But yeah, along the way, he becomes the altered guy. I'm getting myself lost now.
There's a lot happening. Don't worry.
There's a lot going on,
guys.
guys.
A lot going on. Glassy-eyed. Right. So at the beginning of the comic, the reason I know they're the same guy is because the comic refers to the Han Tyumi guy at the beginning as glassy-eyed, and then it refers to the despot guy later as glassy-eyed. So you know it's the same glassy-eyed motherfucker.
Ooh, bright eyes.
Yeah. Anyway, this next track we got for you is Searching. So, okay. Oh, yeah, sorry. I should make a quick point here before we get searching. This is the track that our character, or our hero, becomes Han Tyumi. Basically, the Han Tyumi from the future is like, hey, I have this this machine that can put you into this thing called a robot, which, considering they were kind of in medieval times or whatever, it seemed very strange. But I think there was like a time jump between when he left his cell and wandered the desert.
You have to be, this has to be made somewhere unless they bring it back. So they have to be at some point in time where it's a feasible.
I think that basically between
it's like Stargate
here and here, there's several time jumps that aren't conscious of them. They just happen. You know what I mean? In a kind of surrealist kind of way. All of a sudden they are in this new story.
It's kind of like in Marvel, who was that? Kang goes back to be Rama-Tut and rule Egypt and shit.
Right. He's got plenty. He's got many different timelines that he exists in. He's very much a similar character as Kang, honestly. But yeah, so this next track though is called Searching, and it's the transition. Searching. The comic does have a really cool way that they represent this, which I just want to show. Searching like a computer searching for a signal or whatever.
That connection of some kind.
Yeah, that was clever.
Trying to download different universes.
Well, this is the first time. So my thought is that Han Tyumi basically, in this form that is alternate Han Tyumi, was able to get the power of the fourth color without becoming a robot, but it wasn't as powerful. So he's ushering in a new Han Tyumi to become a more powerful version of himself.
Strong.
Essentially. So basically, like unknowingly, alternate Han Tyumi is creating the one that does the murder of the universe.
So,
but he was trying to stop that originally.
Would you say that old Han Tyumi picked new Han Tyumi to be?
Yes.
Like, because there's obviously different versions in general.
Yeah.
You know, it's different universes, different things, timelines, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, you think he should have just made like a clone of himself?
Well,
hypothetical question, of course.
Interesting idea. I never introduced cloning into the situation.
No, I know, and you shouldn't. The decision's been made here.
Yeah.
He chose who to be the next infinite Han Tyumi.
Well, yeah, because part of it though,
King of the Ricks.
Part of it, the reason that they went to a robot though was to create a version of themselves that could also like upgrade and change their hardware and they wanted to ascend to a different type of being. So
consciousness.
Cloning wouldn't have satisfied that.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? So yeah, he brought him to the next step of evolution, and then this is where like we kind of have to explain a lot more of the thing. So bear with me, guys. So this is where we get to some of the other albums that we haven't talked about yet today. So after he becomes the one that does Murder of the Universe, there's a lot of stuff that happens in between then and the actual Murder of the Universe, right? So first you got apparently Han Tyumi. A lot of people think he becomes the Lord of Lightning.
Yes.
In the Murder of the Universe album. So he becomes this Lord of the Lightning guy. He fights Balrog. And then he comes up here. And then Gamma Knife and Mind Fuzz and stuff happen. Basically, TLDR for Nonagon Infinity, Gamma Knife is this thing that happens where the 7 sages or whatever stab these knives into the ground and create this Nonagon Infinity egg that unknowingly to them, they're trying to find immortality, but instead they bring about the end of the universe.
Also starting to sound like an old RPG game.
It is very much like an RPG. Yes,
like
absolutely.
Saga Frontier or anything around or Xenogears.
So they're trying to find immortality. Instead, they start the apocalypse and they they enter this thing called digital black, which is referred to in Murder of the Universe. But what digital black is essentially is basically in this storyline, humanity, after Han Tyumi came to being, humanity, he like somehow convinced them to upload themselves into like a Matrix type situation. So at a certain point in the timeline, all, if not most of humanity is in this digital black realm where they are not actually like corporeal figures. They're actually
storage.
They're actually, in hard drives and stuff. So yeah, instead of immortality, they find like digital immortality, essentially. And then that's a lot of the I'm in your mind fuzz is kind of that situation playing out. And then it gets back to Murder of the Universe because the song Digital Black is from Murder of the Universe. Then let's see, we also have kind of an offshoot of what's going on. At the same time as Nonagon Infinity and stuff is happening, basically Flying Microtonal Banana is just some of the kind of apocalypse stuff that's happening at the same time. It doesn't really affect the story that much. It's just happening.
It's a bunch of fun side quests.
It's side quests. Flying Microtonal Banana is essentially side quests for the Gizzverse.
But you want to skip it all because you want to level up a little bit. You want to find some cool.
Yeah. You want to maybe
loot.
You want to maybe play Rattlesnake.
Oh, yeah. Some of them are pretty neat stories,
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, all of that eventually leads to the actual Murder of the Universe. So Alt's Tyumi fucked up. If he was trying to save the universe, he actually ended up creating the guy that destroyed the universe.
You fucked it up.
Now,
Don't you hate it when that happens?
I'm going to return to the timeline
Become
on the
your own
bottom
worst
here.
enemy.
So here's looking forward the timeline. This is the timeline I kind of just explained to you, where, they go back in time. They do the horology. The Seeker becomes Han Tyumi. He Lord of Lightning, Now Got Infinity, Digital Black, Crumbling Castle, rinse and repeat.
Murder.
Basically, the point at which they leave the Crumbling Castle and enter Polygondwanaland, or wait, no, sorry. No, when they exit Polygondwanaland, that's when the timelines diverge, right? And this is where we get Fishing for Fishies, which is a timeline where Han Tyumi becomes the robot, but just fishes and fucks off and doesn't do the murder of the universe thing.
Not bad.
Just thinks in his fishing
And then
boat.
I don't know what happens quite in the middle, but I believe that's the timeline where we just kill ourselves in the world with Infest the Rat's Nest and Petrodragonic Apocalypse. So, still, not good timeline. Another timeline, not very good.
How many albums have not been used yet?
The third timeline here is where we get to I think they're trying to build a positive timeline. So one of the Han Tyumis, I think instead of creating himself, becoming a robot in Butterfly 3000, just actually transitions naturally into the being that they wanted to become. Instead of becoming a robot or a cyborg, they metamorphosize. And I think that's what Made in Timeland and Laminated Denim is about. Because I think that is part of them trying to fix the timeline. You know what I mean? And maybe a further, extension of that, if you want to talk about a good end of the world scenario, Magenta Mountain from the Omnium Gatherum is like the good end, the good, like the happy kind of positive place that they can end up. So, any questions?
Yes,
Dave.
So, how many albums have not been listed on this entire flow chart?
Like of the entire discography?
Yeah.
Oh, this is maybe a third or half.
Okay.
Because
so there's still a lot that could be your mystery one, then, you're saying?
Well, this is like basically the first phase of the Gizzverse. I feel like there is somewhat of a soft reboot of the Gizzverse.
That's why they
at a certain point.
Universe, obviously.
Yeah, and so because like Han Tyumi isn't really a part of the story these days, So I think that they have done a soft reboot, and so this is kind of Gizzverse version 1.0.
So there's nothing that could be in that one spot that's just question marks.
Oh, you're talking about this part.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So
Brad wants.
I mean, that could be just
Dave wants
that might
to be
just
finished,
be.
Damn it.
Honestly, that might just be the first several albums that they had that were just kind of, middle of the road, not crazy stuff going on. Maybe the question is literally just King Gizzard jamming out in their early career. God. You know what I mean? But yeah, I couldn't find any other specific things connecting to stuff in those albums. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the Gizzverse 1.0 from the album Concept Hour. We have one more track though, the fourth color, and I got two sections of the song because it's kind of long. Here's the first part. Yeah. I love that. That's one of my favorite guitar licks in the album, I think. But it's noodly as fuck. I love the verse here. Rising up out of my body, I am omnipresent for thee. Many fingers, many minds, and many eyeballs, my feet. I walk the streets holy. I am born again. I see the light. It's in my face. My brain is storing information. Now I am a god in a photon. I see through walls. I see your heat. I can see your terror. With sight, you can see the future. So this is him fully embracing his bad guy-ness, you know. Like the many eyeballs, that's like kind of the digital black thing happening where everyone's connected to the internet, and he just kind of has everyone
access to everything
stored in him or something. And he can see heat, he can see terror, he can see the future. But here's the thing. Eventually, he does get sick of this and decides to murder the universe. And that's what you kind of hear a little bit of here at the screamy kind of bit.
Man, someone should tell him with great power becomes great responsibility, or what was the Spider-Man quote?
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
Maybe he wouldn't murder then.
Yeah. He just needed an Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he just got an Uncle him.
Oh.
You know, he's got another uncle of himself. But yeah, so you know what? So you can tell what I mean now when I say I think almost every character we're going to be talking about is the same guy. Like I think that. Like there's like the first guy that splits off here, and then he kind of gets caught in his own loop of sorts. Like there's like a lesser Han Tyumi that's like caught in his own like loop where he's just kind of in service of this
like lesser Han Tyumi.
Yeah. And then there's this greater Han Tyumi that murders the universe.
And then don't forget about middle Han Tyumi.
Well, yeah, that's our traveler,
right?
pretty much. Yeah. But I think I'm starting to understand the Gizzverse. I think it might be.
From the looks of this, I think you have a pretty decent understanding.
That or I need to see a doctor or something. You know
that's why we do this.
That or get really more into crafts.
It's okay.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I should get more poster boards though. I would love to do this for like a Mars Volta album.
Ooh,
you know, probably be necessary with the Mars Volta album.
The Voltaverse.
Yeah. So, I'll post this. Let me know what you guys think of my theories here. But we're gonna do one more thing. Oh shit. Okay. We're gonna rank this thing. Oh wait, nope. Well, I guess.
Oh, I'll drink right now.
We gotta, I guess, do that now. Well, we're doing Wednesday of drinking now. I have been sipping on a bunch of that Coors you brought over. I love that fucking Coors Banquet. And some Wawa. What about you, Dave?
I had a Modelo and a little Guinness Extra Stout. Nothing too crazy.
The Guinness is good. Although I think I had 2 of those, and it was very heavy in my stomach. You know what I mean? Like I forgot how heavy Guinness is.
Oh, it's just extra.
Yeah. I think John is drinking one of the THC drinks we have available around these parts, and that's
what
we've been drinking. Oh, we accidentally did a Wednesday of drinking.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to, but we did.
Yeah,
it just happens.
Yeah. I said you drank one of the weed drinks.
Yeah. It's Oliphant Doom. The strawberry lemonade flavor. It's delicious.
They're tasty. Those are very tasty. All right.
They make 100 milligram cans now.
Dude, I know
they kick your ass.
They don't even give a fuck anymore, man.
They'll fucking kick your ass.
They don't give a fuck about the rules anymore.
Well, and the year won't be any more rules.
Oh, what?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, with more fascist stuff coming down the pipe.
Yep.
Fun. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. But we gotta rank this.
Tear it up. Tear it up. Tear it up. Tear it up.
All right. I feel like you guys should go first this time. I feel very biased in this particular ranking.
Dave, I want to hear what you guys are saying first.
Okay.
You guys know what number I wanted. You guys know exactly.
I want to hear what Dave's got to say. He's gonna.
Yeah.
have
I have it
analytical
hovering
point of
at 3 just because I need to move it around anyway.
Okay.
But yeah.
So the music, I'm not a terribly fan of the music of the album.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So for me, we'll go right in the middle, like 2.5. But we'll build up because I got other interests, like the batshit crazy story of these characters and time traveling and ending of the world. That's just top tier storytelling.
Yes,
I agree with that.
I think it is one of their stronger stories.
So, we go mostly of concepts, but I will say the music does sometimes place it a little bit higher. If you're like 4.5 or you're trying you use something to kind of like push it up or down. So for me, I would say it's an easy 4.5.
Fair. Yeah, I like that. What about you, John? What are you thinking?
I was gonna give it a 4.
Yeah,
I know where you want to go, Brad. But
personally, I'm definitely very much on a 5. But no, this is a democracy.
I kind of agree a little bit with what Dave was saying, but I actually really enjoyed the backing music though a lot.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, like,
so did I. It was very overall, I was like, ugh.
It was very like melding. You never really like stopped hearing the same tones.
So between 2, 4, 4.5, whatever, and I'm assuming 5, you could probably have a low 5.
And honestly, what bumped it up a whole point for me, Brad, was your board. And you just put so much work into it, and I know what you know is pretty accurate. So I
will say I think that I do have one thing that I could criticize it for, and that is that the concept, much like Marvel viewing sometimes, does require additional listening to get the full concept.
Or also,
you know what I mean?
More of an idea of the other albums that feed into one album.
Yeah, I think that for me is the only thing that I think can make me
hinder
put it. Let's say officially maybe a 4.75. You know what I mean? I want to put it right next to Murder of the Universe though, because it's kind of the sister album to Murder of the Universe. And
from everything on your board, Brad, I would have to agree.
Yeah. I think that. It's almost, I agree with what you guys are saying, and like I said, without the extra stuff, it doesn't fully connect. It doesn't fully make sense on a first listening necessarily that it's all connected. You know what I mean? So you guys think that's good? Good ranking, 4.75.
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair average of what we were saying.
So we have spoken. That's why Infest the Rat's Nuts is a 5 though, because it's on its own. It is a tight story that doesn't need any other King Gizzard record.
It's a fuck ton of rats.
Yeah. And then Polygondwanaland, of course, because they created a fucking instrument. I think is why we put it up there. That's our ranking for Polygondwanaland. It's been a long time coming. I'm really glad that we finally
since our first recording.
Yeah, first recording, and now like we're doing time traveling today. In our history here. So I'm glad that we've been connecting some loose threads lately. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to go back to like old conversations and find things that like maybe we were like, oh, we should definitely cover this, or we should talk about this sometime. I'm trying to find those bits and and do that. Which got me thinking we should, I think, do another Floyd soon, because we're just gonna stay in season 5 forever.
He's getting the Floyd itch.
I'm getting the itch, man. There's still plenty of Floyd. Like we're not gonna do another season. It's all season 5 from here on out. So yeah, at some point, I think in the near future, we might do like maybe a couple Floyd in a row or something. I don't know.
Could have Floyd February.
Floyd February, let us wait. That'd be a while from now.
No, I say we could have done that.
Oh yeah. Or maybe what's a month coming up?
Floydtober.
Floydtober. Yeah, we do Floydtober leading up to the anniversary or something. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments, guys. When you want us to cover Floyd, and how many of them you want us to do in a row. You know what I mean? Because I would like to do a couple Floyd in a row.
We gotta be close to like.
We're like, I think 2/3 maybe through that.
At least you said over
discography. Half. Yeah.
Be like, there's no.
I believe we're over half. Yeah.
We're in the weeds
because we only did one. Have one of their soundtracks. I think they have several soundtracks. I think only one of them we considered an album. So, yeah, we don't have to do the other one or two. I think they have, but yeah. Anyway. Thank you all for listening in on the Album Concept Hour. We always appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you want to watch some more stuff, go to youtube.com/FlyOverStatePark. Watch some music movies tonight. We should have the Blues Brothers one up soon enough. My schedule's been a little tight, so I haven't had as much time for editing, but I am working on it, y'all. So look forward to that. And yeah, it's been a fun night, guys. We'll catch y'all on the flippy flop. Bye.
The Album Concept Hour is Brad LeBaron, Dave Gallagher, and John Aker. Special thanks to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard for the theme music. Join the discussion on our Discord. Or for everything else, go to linktree/FlyOverStatePark. See you on Side B. This is Flyover State Park. You are clear to land.